to follow you?
Yes. No, I'll follow you. And you gotta slow me down.
Oh, that's true. That's true. All right, you guys, we're on the road. Got a little bit of a late start, which is kind of just the way these things go. So it is almost 3,000 miles all the way to Champlain, 48 hours of driving nonstop. So we've done this a couple times to where we know we're gonna drive about 16 hours a day, and I'd say we're gonna hopefully knock it out in 4 days. So this morning it's Saturday, and if we get to Champlain by Tuesday night, that would just be awesome. So it's gonna be one of the longest drives I've ever done. It's gonna be a real mental test. It's gonna be a lot of just droning out, driving, listening to music, listening to podcasts, and really just thinking about how to catch fish out there. I'm just really excited to get out there. I mean, suppose this lake is like the healthiest it's ever been. I feel like I've said that in a bunch of my videos already, but maybe fishing's just getting better. But it's getting so healthy. There's tons of 3-pound class fish out there. I mean, I've just heard stories about Champlain where if you aren't catching 3 5s, then you need to get the heck out of there, because a bunch of 3 2s aren't going to get you a check or get you in that cut line. So, I mean, if I'm just catching 3-pounders all day, I'm going to have fun regardless. So I'm just excited to get there. I love fishing for smallmouth. I think it's just because they're all weird like me. So, but yeah, guys, we'll tune into the drive. Put it this way, we may have started late, but there's no LA traffic. Now, if that ain't a good sign, I don't know what is. It's like 85 degrees out and it's so humid. Tried sleeping in the back, but I need to sleep in the front so that I can turn on the car and run the air conditioning, because it is brutally hot and brutally just like not comfortable. I woke up back there and I felt like I was just like trapped. So we made it to Nebraska, and there's tons of corn. And we're making pretty slow time right now. We hit a bunch of traffic going over the Rocky Mountains, but we've got a long ways to drive. Ready to eat food and film. You're already all packed up. I'm just over here just trying to get shots of the grass, trying to get the corn that's everywhere. Nobody else wants to see. That one doesn't look sketchy at all.
It's just on all the time.
So you're getting free diesel?
Well, yeah, if I don't go back inside.
Hi, Mom.
Don't say hi to my mom. She's my mom.
And we're still driving. Hey, that's corn.
That's not corn, dude.
Yeah, well, look ahead. There's more corn.
Oh yeah, it's corn. This truck that's coming up behind you is not corn.
Dude, look, a tree. Wow.
Oh, dude, wow.
Oh, by the way, you ran over a mouse earlier, and then it was like kind of not dead yet, and I made sure I ran it over for you.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, if we don't make it to Iowa, we are screwed.
Yeah. Probably 400 more miles.
Okay, well, I'm ready, man. Got a headache. I've been driving for so long. Chugged the water and took 2 of these. Just stretch the legs a little bit. Dude, you just stepped on a flower. Come on, dude. We made it to Iowa. We're on the home stretch now. We're sub 20 hours. I think we're 18 hours away. So we're on the home stretch. Definitely not making it tonight, but tomorrow we get there at a reasonable time. We're trying to get it down to about 6 to 8 hours tonight, and then if we can get it down to that, then we can drive Tuesday, get there, go to Walmart, get some food, get our fishing licenses, all that good stuff. But we just came to this come and go over here, this gas station, and there's a pond, and there's fish in it supposedly. So I'm wondering right now if it's worth to take the cover off and go fishing, at least for 20-30 minutes, and see if we can't catch ourselves a little Iowa bass. Good thing it was right on top. There she is. Haven't taken her off since Powell because honestly, this is gonna work up at Champlain, but it should work at this pond too. Now, when you're fishing ponds, it's very important that you tow your tournament ready Ranger and park it at the top. Do carp eat poppers? Come on, fish. It's only dirt, mud, water. You should hit top water. Oh God. You can tell it's a highly pressured pond. Major forecast, nothing. Does Iowa even have bass?
Did you have enough fun?
One more cast. Gotta give it that extra action. Wow. It's amazing. Probably eat bugs, dude. Get out of here, dude. That was fun though. Half my rods have like fallen out of their holder.
How many did you catch, dude?
All of them. I didn't want to jinx it earlier, but on every long road trip like this, we have to change the tires at least what? Once? At least once.
Once on the way there, once on the way back.
We used to bring 2 extra tires, so not saying that I predicted this, but I knew one of us was gonna have to change a tire.
That tire's wasted.
Tire number 1 goes to Patrick Toohey.
Those splines are loose.
Just crazy, like these trailers are just starting to fall apart.
Oh yeah. It's insane. If someone could give me a free boat.
Oh, dude, you have a brand new boat. If I had that, I'd be doing really well.
Oh yeah.
You probably don't even use it.
I don't use it, just the wheels fall off.
Alright, tire number 2.
Dude, leave me out of this.
Tire number 2.
Yep, that's me, dude. 2 in a row, like within a half hour.
You're 2 for 2, dude.
That's messed up. I don't even know what it is, dude.
Just got smoked by
It's like a spring or something.
See that, people? Right there. That's not good. Heel cinnamon! Cinnamon! Tire's gonna cost you...
Another tire?
Yeah, another tire probably, yeah. 14 hours and 47 minutes. Where I want to try and get tonight. That's right. So what do you think, like?
We'll get past there.
Cleveland?
Somewhere by Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to stay in Cleveland.
No, man.
That's what, like 6 more hours?
Yeah, 5 or 6, I think.
We made it. 11:49. We still got 10 hours and 13 minutes. We've been driving for 3 days straight. 3 days in the car and still have 10 hours.
It's not right, dude. It just ain't right.
You know, I was on the internet the other day and I came across a little video that was talking about how as a society, we're always in this act of like pursuing happiness. You know, we're going after our dream, going after our passion. And honestly, it's just kind of like a happiness trap because when it all comes down to it, the journey is the fun part. And that's just what makes us all feel alive. And if you aren't enjoying the journey, you aren't enjoying the hard work, the ups, the downs, everything that goes into it, then yeah, you're not going to be happy. But if you live that moment and you just take it all in and soak it all in, that's the happiness. That's what you're looking for in life. And just don't ever forget that. Whatever level you're at fishing or where you're trying to get to, we're all anglers that pursue that same passion. Fishing is our happiness. All right, dude, we're making the turn. 4 days.
Yes.
Woo! I blacked out the whole drive, dude. I don't remember any of the drive. But good thing we got on film. Anything.
I don't remember not one part of the drive.
So this is the Plattsburgh launch ramp. So this is going to be where we're going to be launching during the tournament. So we stayed here last night. We're going to be camping, but we need to go to campgrounds, figure out where we're going to camp. So tonight we just kind of hung out here. We've been sleeping in the car for 4 nights anyway, so it wasn't any big deal. But it's blowing like 15 right now. Champlain is notorious for getting big rollers and being kind of unsafe. So today we'd rather go out and prep. We might end up actually going on the lake, but we're not going to go too far. We're probably going to stay near the marina and just in case, just kind of get a feel for it. Shaving dry? Yeah, it's not fun, but my daddy always says it's build character. Yeah, like 15 miles an hour.
Pretty tall.
You can see the white caps. It's not safe.
It doesn't look fun out there, dude.
Well, the good thing is you two hippies is from California, and we know a thing or two about longboarding, surfing, and board sports. I mean, you guys can just go out there and get your surfboards out.
Yeah, dude. If I
that way down the top.
If I brought my boogie board, I'd just grab a spinning rod and send it.
Yeah, dude, just get your paddleboard out and let it roll.
Check out my closet. Wow. Show me a memory card. That's a memory right there, you know? That's gonna work, 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 that's gonna work. And now talk to me in a week and I'll let you know how all those work. You know, every time we drive across the country to fish these tournaments, there's just so much anticipation that goes into just getting there, you know? You're just thinking about all the good things, all the bad things that could happen, and you're really just hoping that you can figure out a place that you've never even, you know, seen in person before. You just got to trust yourself as an angler and employ the tools that you know work back home in certain situations, and establish that tool set on a new body of water and really try and break it down effectively. And driving so far and sleeping in the car, eating food that's not too good for you, all that stuff are all variables that just weigh in on your mindset, really. You know, they kind of determine how you're going to think, and you really got to be able to just overcome them and face the challenges head on. And you just got to try and have that mindset where you're going to try and win this thing. You're going to try and break it down to the best of your ability, and you're going to give it all you got, really. You know, you're driving so far, it's like you want it so bad. And that's the hardest thing about tournament fishing is it's such a humbling sport. And every day of practice, you just got to have that mindset that you're going to attack it, you're going to go after it, you're going to get it done, and you're just going to give it your all, because that's really all you can do. Just keep an open mind the entire time through practice. That's really what's going to determine how well you do in this tournament. You know, when you start fishing pro-ams, you learn really quick that experience is definitely a really big deal. And A lot of these guys have been doing this for years and have fished the lake that you're going to be fishing a handful of times. But really what separates any angler at this level is more their ability to go fishing and make those tournament decisions rather than knowledge of the lake. I think that he wanted it, just all the way down his gullet. Little to no knowledge of the lake might, stray you from the path, but to do consistently well in a circuit like the open circuit, you have to make good decisions. And there's really no excuses because there are guys that do consistently well. They perform time after time. It's really all about finding that rhythm and riding that wave and working like a well-oiled machine. No excuses and just grinding it out and making those game time decisions. Fishing new water and just taking chances, really. Pat, Austin, I always talk about it all the time. You find a spot in practice, you catch a couple good ones, and you revisit it multiple times throughout the tournament. And honestly, it just doesn't pay off. It never ends up working out well unless you find that magic spot, which isn't going to happen most of the time. So it's one of those things where the guys that do consistently well, they just go fishing. They go run new water. They're confident in their pattern. It's something that I'm trying to dial in, especially on these new bodies of water, because I've realized that that's one of the hardest things you can do in tournament fishing is just go fishing.
Digging in the rocks.
So it's raining outside, so we're eating dinner in the back of a truck. Ooh, combining.
Yeah, it wasn't that good, so I put some of my soup in my potatoes, and we're gonna see what.
We went and we got tons of cup noodles, tons of just anything you can put hot water in because we don't have cooler / we don't have refrigerator. So yeah, we're pretty much roughing it, living off of just straight fake carbohydrates.
We're pretty much astronauts.
What is up, everybody? Day one of official practices here, and hopefully this bike gets a little better. It's already blowing pretty hard, and it's only 6 in the morning, so we'll see how the day pans out. Do you have the sun behind me if I go like this? Like, how's it look? Does it look like lit up kind of?
Yeah.
Cool?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? 9:30, day one of practice in the morning. The wind's blowing really hard. I was fishing Main Lake in the morning. That's kind of where I'm going to concentrate, I think, during the tournament, but we'll see how everything changes. But that's like my main game plan right now. And I was Main Lake, and there's literally like 2 to 3 foot rollers, and I couldn't even hold myself in one spot. So I just ran up to this nearby cove up here on the north side, and there was some really good looking hydrilla. I went back there, threw a horny toad, threw a spinnerbait, threw a chatterbait, caught a couple pike, and then realized that the bass weren't up there, or they're just doing something weird. I even flipped some holes in the grass with a drop shot and a jig and nothing. So I went out to the deep edge on this, right in the inside edge of this pocket, about 15 foot where that grass kind of broke off. For the last 30 minutes I've been throwing a drop shot and just trying to see if I can get anything to come out of that grass, and eat it, and nothing. So I feel like these fish in the grass, they kind of just like pod up. You know, they get in like schools and they'll just swim through the grass. And you're kind of looking, the way you gotta kind of narrow it down for yourself is you gotta look for the grass that is the right type of grass, that hydrilla, that milfoil, or we call this one type of grass like cabbage. It just looks like lettuce. And it's really hard, and they like that kind of stuff. They don't want to be in that stringy stuff. They don't want to be in anything that's got like any sort of decomposing grass on it. They want to be in that green good stuff. So if you're in the right areas with the right grass, that's a starting point. This one was a failure, but I'm going to keep running around. I can't let that this could just be a bad area. It was the right grass, but it was a bad area. So I just caught one on a frog. I just came back in this like back of this pocket. There's this creek channel, and it's just filled with lily pads. And earlier in the week we got bit on some lily pads, throwing like a horny toad and a popping frog. So I haven't really been catching anything in this bay. And literally, this is just the thing about tournament fishing as well, is you got to keep covering water, because I didn't even know that this existed, and I came around the corner and was gonna go fish this mat way out in the back, and then I just saw that I saw these green lily pads in the back. So I was like, all right, I gotta go up there. And then I came in, I'd idle through all the grass, and then I got back here and it's like 2 feet deep, and it's literally just littered with lily pads. So hopefully we catch some more. One frogfish, one blow up. We're out of here, gotta keep covering water. Well guys, been idling around for the last 3 hours, just trying to find a pot of gold, like a hole in the grass or some more boulders, but haven't really found much. I don't know, dude. I haven't even seen any boats over here, so I don't know if everybody's just vacated this area or what, but it doesn't really matter. It's just funny. There's 200 boats practicing right now, and I've seen probably 5 all day, so I might just be in the wrong area. Get off the water, start editing again. It's kind of crazy. I've been staying up till about 11:30 every night, just editing up stuff, trying to make sure I get all my stuff off my GoPros. And usually you get off the water and you can just kind of, you know, decompress, eat some food. I can't even get dinner till I do some of this stuff because it'll just drive me crazy. All right guys, I think it's day 10 or night 10 in the car. It's starting to wear me down. But you know, today was kind of a tough day. Didn't really get many bites. When I did get bites, they jumped off. But you know, it's because I'm saving them for the tournament. But I kind of figured out something at the end of the day. You know, kind of just video game fishing. They didn't want to eat the drop shot today, and what I've done is I've taken the Ned rig and I've put like a 3/8 ounce head on it, and I'm just dropping it on marks that I see. And today I probably dropped on 30 fish, and I hooked up on about 4 or 5 of them. So, but I also have only found the smallie schooled up on one spot for the last 5-6 days that we've been here. So if they do start schooling up more, the bite might get better out deep. But then again, if that grass tops out, the shallow bite might get better too. So good night, guys. All right, guys, day 2 of practice. Today we're more towards the mid-lake area. I've been concentrating a lot up north. The reason why I'm coming down here is because the lake's fishing pretty tough, and it seems like everybody's gonna be fishing the same areas, and I don't want to play bumper boats if I don't have to. So I'm kind of just exploring the mid-lake, still targeting smallmouth today, and just trying to figure out if there are any other areas where these fish are holding right now. But yeah, so today is just gonna be a lot of graphing, a lot of exploring. Might not even catch much today, but is at the very least, I'm eliminating water. And this is somewhere that I've wanted to explore a little bit, so it's gonna be good to just get out here, get away from everybody, kind of, and see if you can find that little pot of gold. There's another giant smallmouth.
Dude, that thing is so big. Isn't it?
Alright guys, what's up? Day 3 of official practice. We actually did not go out today because it was blowing too hard. It was blowing like 15 miles an hour, so the waves out there were just brutal. And we spent enough time out here where we figured we weren't going to beat ourselves up and risk breaking our equipment. So we've been rigging all day. We went and got oil. We got food for the rest of the week. And now we're just hanging out. So I'm going to kind of go over with you guys my game plan of what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I did go down to Ticonderoga yesterday. I know I didn't vlog much, but it was just because I literally was just having such a bad day until I made that 50-mile run down to Ticonderoga. I got some cool GoPro shots that you guys have probably seen, but the largemouth fishing down there is awesome. But the thing about this place, Champlain, is when it blows like that, Ticonderoga from where we're launching is like a 70-mile run. So although the fishing's great, if there's going to be winds like there are tomorrow, it's not something that you can really do. You can't really go out and run it because it would take you over 2 hours to get there. You might risk breaking your motor, all that bad stuff. So we're going north tomorrow. We're going to concentrate on smallmouth. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be glued to my graph. I'm either going to be drifting or trolling motoring around off these steep sides of these points and dropping it down. And with my drop shot, it's going to be a 3/8 ounce weight, and with my Ned head, it's a 3/8 ounce weight. And the whole deal with it is that the faster it falls, the more chance they're going to react to it. If you drop a bait down there slow, they're just kind of cruising. They're not really schooled up either. So if you just kind of drop it down slow, they don't seem to really want to like go after it. So it's kind of a reaction bite. I drop it down there if I see one on the graph. I usually hop it a couple times, kind of like a tube, and if they don't hit it, I just keep going down the bank. And what's scaring me about tomorrow is where I might not run across a big bite tomorrow. I am probably going to go shallow at some point and try and go catch some largemouth. And I've got a couple spots I'm going to start on there, like boulder veins off points where I've caught in some good ones in practice. So we'll see, but we'll go over some of the lures and what I'm going to do right now. We talked about this bad boy earlier in the video, but just a wacky rig drop shot. I might straight rig it normal way, but I'm going to start shallow in the morning. I'm going to go to this boulder spot. I drew boat 137, I think it is, so it's not the best draw, but whatever. You just kind of do what you can, and what you can't control, you can't worry about it. But I'm going to fish this shallow in the grass too at some point tomorrow. I found some good grass lines that are in like 15, 16 foot, and this is a great bait to target them in the grass. So this is one of my bread and butter techniques I'm going to be throwing a lot. I'm going to be dropping on a lot of fish with this. I'm going to be fishing a lot of steep points and that are adjacent to like spawning flats. So basically I'm going to be fishing a lot of new water too. I only have 2 or 3 spots that I found on the north end. I kind of dialed this pattern in later in practice, but you can cast this thing, hop it like a tube, drag it, do whatever. And for whatever reason, I think it's just because it's so small, it's just an easy meal for these smallmouth. I know guys are catching them on other stuff, but for whatever reason, Ned rig seemed to be the deal for me. Also, if I end up going shallow, which I probably will at some point, just you got to do it. You know, the largemouth and the smallmouth are biting, so I'm going to be throwing a little crankbait. This thing dives about 7 to 9 foot. I'm just throwing a little square bill rod and kind of just burning it through the grass. I caught some the first couple days of practice. I haven't really thrown it since then, but cranking in the grass is kind of a really efficient way to target them because you can cover a lot of water. I'm gonna throw a worm in the grass too, but if I'm going over a big grass flat and I see a point coming up like a grass point or a hole in the grass, I'm gonna throw a worm in the hole in the grass and then crank around it. So this is definitely gonna be something that I throw tomorrow, at least give a try. This bad boy. This is a football head, it's 3/8 ounce, but I'm going to be flipping it around some docks if I run across any docks. I know that sounds funny, but this grass is so crunchy anyways that you're going to be ripping it and kind of just dragging it up those clumps. So the fact that it's a football head isn't really a big deal. The reason why I throw is because the skirt just flares really well on this jig. And I'm throwing this red trailer on the back, this little Missile Baits Crawfather, because that milfoil is like a brownish red. And for whatever reason, that's what I got bit on. And sometimes in bass fishing, you can't overthink it. You just got to throw what you got bit on. Straight braid, throwing an LV 500, and the way I'm doing it is I'm literally just burning it through grass. When I hit a clump, I just rip it. And I caught a good one. I caught one close to 4 down there yesterday on it, so it's a little clearer up on the north end, but this is a total reaction bite. I saw fish coming up out of clumps of grass yesterday just to smoke this thing. So this is kind of a bigger bait, and it's just a unique rattle trap that it's kind of something that traveling the country, fishing, you know, the tours, the co, and all the other stuff, a lot of guys don't have this in their arsenal, so it's kind of cool to think, you know, it's something that gives me a little bit of confidence that it's a bait they haven't seen a lot of, and we know from out west that it's just something about the sound of this thing and the fact that you have to burn it and it comes through the grass really well. It's something that those big fish do like, so I'm gonna give that a try as well. And this bad boy, Caught a lot of fish down in Thai on this. Little 1/2 ounce jackhammer chatterbait with a missile baits crawfather on the back. And once again, it just worked down in Thai, but it was good that I went down to Thai yesterday because I haven't really gotten on a solid kind of shallow sort of bite. So it was good to really like practice down there and just kind of figure out, you know, how those fish are setting up in the grass and kind of give me some confidence to throw this thing around, hit some clumps of grass up north. Because you know the largemouth are shallow, it's a little clear, so it's a little scary, but that's something that I'm excited to try tomorrow. Straight braid again, they don't seem to really care, especially in the grass. You just rip it through, it rips through there way better than fluorocarbon does. So, yeah guys, basically tomorrow I think the name of the game is just gonna be keeping an open mind, covering a lot of water. There's plenty of water to fish, there's tons of offshore shoals, tons of grass. You just gotta go fishing. The guy that's gonna go fishing is gonna win this tournament because they're just gonna keep going and going and not give up and not get stuck on one technique and not live or die by a drop shot. They're just gonna cover water, maybe probably mixed bag of largies and smallmouth. So that's why I'm gonna go deep for most of the day and shallow at least at some point. So I'll try and vlog as much as I can tomorrow. It's kind of hard to do it during a tournament scenario, but I'll keep you guys updated. We'll get some GoPro shots for sure. So wish me luck. Been waiting in line for a while. Day one of the Bassmaster Eastern Open on Lake Champlain starts now. I'm actually gonna miss the launch, I think. We're supposed to launch at 6 o'clock. That's 3 hours behind, so 5:57 right now. And we haven't even put in, so I was gonna get some launch stuff for you guys, but I think we're gonna miss out on that. But I'll get some GoPro stuff and try and vlog throughout the day. Fishing with another John Z today, so it's gonna be really fun. And hopefully that wind doesn't blow too hard. Right now it's projected to go anywhere from 10 to 14. Right now it's kind of calm, so we're gonna be able to make that morning run pretty decent, but later in the day we're gonna be drifting out deep and it's gonna be a bumpy one. But alright guys, end of day one of the tournament, and it was just kind of a really horrible day, honestly. So I chased a smallmouth today, and what really sucked about that was that it was cloudy, it was super windy. I didn't have an Ultrex, I couldn't hold myself on the spot, and they just didn't want to eat when I dropped on them. So at about 12 o'clock, I didn't have a fish, and I decided to just start scrambling, and I went shallow for largies, and I ended up scraping up about 12 pounds. So, but I knew coming to this place was gonna be a learning experience. I don't like to get my butt kicked, but sometimes when you go to a new lake and you're fishing a circuit like this, you're gonna get your butt kicked because there's so many things that you don't know about that until you fish the tournament and make your mistakes, you're not gonna know. So I learned that when it's not sunny, you don't chase smallmouth. So I'm not gonna be dumb and I'm not gonna go fish the same areas that I was banking on. I'm gonna go change it up and I'm gonna go swing for the fences and hopefully I can catch a solid bag of largies. When I went down to Ticonderoga the second day of practice, it was lights out. It was just like fishing the Delta. I'm gonna go down there, I'm gonna lock the chatterbait in my hands and I'm just gonna have fun with it and hopefully I can have a little bit of like a redemption bag in a sense, you know. I wanna prove to myself that I can catch that 15 to 18 pounds that I knew I could. And just know that I made a bad call during the tournament, and that's just what's gonna kind of just kill you sometimes. So just gotta stay at it, stay positive, and go fishing hard tomorrow. So I'll check in with you guys tomorrow, guys. Day one was a struggle, but today we're gonna run down to Ticonderoga. It's about a 70-mile run, so I'm gonna time it, see how long it takes me, and then the ride back could be a doozer with a little bit of waves. So we're gonna add about 30 minutes. That might even have to get gas. So we're gonna go shallow. We're gonna go fish for some largemouth today, and hopefully get a little bit of a redemption bag. I'm hoping to crack somewhere between 15 and 18. Maybe even go look for some bedfish up shallow. But we're gonna be throwing a lot of reaction baits. It's gonna be a fun day. Hopefully my GoPro will work today. I did not know that my SD card was full yesterday, which is just a major bummer and just stupid on my part. So they're all cleared, and we'll get some fish catches on film for you guys. So for the Australian Open Classic. What are you gonna do today?
Going shallow, mate.
All right, you guys, the tournament is over, and unfortunately, I did not vlog or shoot or film anything during that last win because my camera was out of battery, so, of course. But it was a super fun day. I went out, got a little redemption bag for myself, weighed in 1711 of just pure largemouth, and locked a chatterbait in my hands the entire time. So it was super cool, a really fun bite. Just got to cover water the way I like to and just went kind of fishing, you know, like those days where you just go out and go fishing are some of the best days you have in a tournament because you have an open mind and you just have fun with it. And it's really hard to do that, especially in such like a serious like situation like it is traveling all the way across the country and fishing it open. So I was kind of proud of myself. I definitely screwed it up on day one, but you know, it's all about learning, especially these first couple years going to be trying to fish these higher level tournaments. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this vlog. Douglas is the next one on the list. I leave in a week and a half, and that's going to be a really tough tournament. But guys, if you could please subscribe to AFTCO's YouTube channel after you watch this video, just click that little button below this video, and it would really mean a lot to me. And you know, AFTCO's doing an awesome thing with this whole bass boot camp competition that they've put together, and it's really just changed me as an angler and really given me a chance to really showcase, you know, bass fishing, traveling across the country, what it's like for a Western guy to try and go out there and compete against those Eastern girls and boys out on those famous lakes that we always see on TV. So thank you, AFTCO, and guys, don't forget to subscribe.